Good morning, everybody out there in the Dolly Cam. My name is Rachel, and I am here with miniature artist Stan Gregg. Stan, thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
So we did an interview with Stan in 2016, and that interview is still one of our most hotly commented on and watched and shared videos on our YouTube channel that we've ever had. So we're so excited to do it again and be here with Stan this morning. Ruby Lane is sponsoring the Denver Museum of Miniatures Fall Show and Sale happening this weekend in Colorado, and we are going to be covering it all weekend long. The show is going to open in about 20 minutes, but we are here behind the scenes to look at Stan's creations before he sends them out into the world. So, Stan, thank you for being
You're
here.
welcome.
Can you tell me a little bit about you as an artist and what you are doing over here?
Yes, as an artist, pretty much my goal when I'm creating them, I created an inspiration, a picture I might find, but my main goal is to only create them out of two products, and that is a papier-mâché and cardboard. So I use a dry papier-mâché, which I mix with water, mix it with some glue, and make it into like almost a clay.
That's wow.
And then it's about a ½ inch thick that it's layered onto each home, and then I stamp out each brick and then mortar it. All the shingles, everything's made out of the thick heavy-duty cardboard for cutting it. So many houses this year. There's 20 houses I've worked on. About 600 hours of work.
600
I'm getting
hours.
quicker as I go. Some houses are an average of 30 to 40 hours of work per house. Some are a little less, some are more. Some of my fancier homes, which I haven't been inspired by with photos I found on the internet. And this is a house that's only probably about a foot tall, but then I get inspired to build this house.
Look at that.
So they're not a perfect match to the homes, but it's my interpretation of the picture.
It's just magnificent. Stan, if you were not doing your current career, do you think you might be an architect?
I actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an architect.
Okay.
And never finished college.
Right.
So,
well, you're
but I've always
certainly
loved
very
houses.
successful now and doing a lot of
same
important
as the
things.
next house here. This also was an inspiration off of the internet, just an old architectural picture I found, and I thought, oh, I could try to recreate that.
How cool is that?
And my ultimate favorite is, I call it the brick mansion. This was the first one I found an architectural picture of, and I thought, I just have to build this brick mansion.
So your inspiration is drawn from a lot of very classical architecture.
Yes, and it's just one picture, and this one actually has more than just paper mache, which is, you know, it turns into cement when it's done pretty much. But these windows I handmade out of plaster. I made a mold and created all the windows just to try to get the architectural details I was looking for in this.
Just amazing. If you are tuning in, a lot of people are now hopping on this live video. We are here at the Denver Museum of Miniature show with miniature artist Stan Gregg. These are all handmade houses by him. He makes them out of papier-mâché and cardboard and heavy-duty
the
cardboard.
Interiors are pretty much all popsicle sticks, so I use pretty much anything anybody can buy cheaply.
Look at that. And you've also, and I'm just going to say it, you've also found a couple things on Ruby Lane.
Yes.
Yeah, you shop on Ruby Lane. So, Stan...
a lot of miniature pieces.
A lot of miniature pieces. So look at this house, everybody. So this is actually for sale. Janet Jacobs just commented, beautiful house, is a genuine artist. This is artistry in its just purest form. It is just amazing, Stan. Look at this. So when do you, because you're a very busy man, when do you work on your houses?
Well, I currently am a host home provider, so I take care of 2 developmentally disabled adults that live with us. So I've done that 14 years for them. I've been in the field 20. So in between taking care of them, doctor's appointments and stuff, I have a lot of free time. So about 4 or 5 hours a day, I'll work on a few houses. Then I'll take a couple weeks off when one's done. So now I'm averaging about 7 days per house. Some houses about 4.5 days. This is my little stone cottage here. And
they look like real stones.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
This one here actually has a lot of the artists from the museum here, their furniture pieces inside of it. From vintage collection couches you can get at Ruby Lane, like from Sonia Messer. Furniture
Yes,
Sonia
yes.
Messer. chair in there. So a lot of little vintage items. I don't usually make my money back when I put more of the expensive items in it, but it's about inspiring other people and getting it out there.
Exactly. You don't make any money off of these. The amount of time and effort that you put into these, because your prices are so incredibly reasonable.
I'm less than minimum wage.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Now some of them are electrified because I see that the wheel on this is going.
That's my windmill house.
Wonderful.
There. And then here's the little church inside. This is one of my last ones I just finished.
I love the church.
I'm not great at building some of my furniture, so I hurried through some pews together and.
Look at that. Again, if you were tuning in, we're here with artist Stan Gregg. He handmade all of these houses, everybody. They are all handmade by him out of thick cardboard and papier-mâché. And then he furnishes them with materials that he makes some of the materials. He buys some of them on Ruby Lane, and he buys a lot of them from the artists that are also here at the show.
And same as this is another little English cottage, which I was inspired by this tiny little photo here.
Look at that.
To try to create this little cottage. They're not an exact match, but I do my best.
Stan, I have never met anybody in my life that can just find a little photo off the internet like that and just poof, create the exact house.
I live for that. Either from Pinterest, just to type up the internet and find something that inspires you to create.
Yeah.
Same as the barn house here. This was another inspiration off the internet.
Wow.
And it's pretty much a close match, but not a perfect match.
Oh my! It looks darn close to me. Stan, is this another way for? I know you do like to do a lot of camping and stuff.
Yes.
With the outdoors, but is this another way for you to travel?
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
It's your imagination goes.
Right.
I get into the detail and imagining what the people would be doing in an old barn house and the collections that they would have.
Look at that.
This one was a longer process with the aging technique, and it was like 5 layers of paint by the time I get all the crackling effects.
We're going to get up close
like
so people can see the
effect.
crackling and weathered effects. If you're watching live, please share our video. If you like dollhouses and miniatures and just genuine artistry, please share to promote this wonderful artist, Stan Gregg. This is so cool. Now we are behind, so we can see all the wonderful furnishings. Stan, so your artistry really is making the outsides, but
yes,
the insides are so wonderful.
But I really don't focus on the insides. The insides is the last minute thought. I'm all about creating the outside, but I do want to furnish the insides just for the people to give them back to the house.
Now, do you do custom orders? I'm sure you get a lot of people.
I've done a couple consignments, and I've actually had 4 people email me wanting to buy the houses, but I was so dead set on wanting my fans here at the show to be able to see the houses before they sold.
Yes.
So I did pass up 3 sales from emails, which broke my heart, but I was more about my fans and friends wanting to see the houses in person.
People wait all year to come in to buy your houses, and they are lining up outside right now. So
Yes.
it is so cool to be here.
And to sell 3 of them in the first 5 minutes yesterday before I was even why I was setting up the table the first 5 minutes in the doors. So
You deserve
that was
it.
Pretty cool.
So tell us about the roofing on this house. What is that made out of?
Roofing, to try to make it look like the old thatched roofs from England. This actually is fake animal fur.
Oh, cool.
And a ton of Mod Podge, which it's rock hard when it's done. So, but it gives it more of that grass effect.
It sure does. I thought it was. So you just, of course, you have a lot of skills from your history, but do you sometimes just try something to see if it works?
I do, because I'm a self-taught learner. I'm too stubborn to take direction, so I have to learn myself. This is only my 4th sales show, and I think I started creating the houses about 6 years ago. So
wow.
I'm learning as I go. I think this year is my best stone and brick tech work that I've done yet. So it's getting better every year.
Wonderful. So we are here live at the Denver Museum of Miniature Show. Stan Gregg sells his incredible houses that he hand makes by hand. How did you get this incredible weathered effect and crackled effect on this? This is cardboard, everybody.
Like 4 layers of paint.
4 layers of paint. Just amazing. Stan, what was your first house?
This year, for this one?
No, ever.
Oh, ever.
Do you remember your very first house?
It was the little Hagrid's hut. And that actually sold like hotcakes, but it was I had it on display in the display room downstairs, and that's what got me started. People said, "We love your work. Why don't you build some more?" So the next year, I had a whole bunch more houses I displayed in the display room, and then somebody from the museum said, "You should get a booth and sell your houses." And that's what started it all.
I believe last year, I think you sold out.
Yes.
Stan sold out. These are just wonderful.
Right behind you, this is one that's currently sold. This is the Witch's Cottage.
Ooh, the Witch's Cottage. Which one? This one?
Yes.
This is the Witch's Cottage. Now, is there a witch inside there? Look at this, everybody. So again, if you're tuning in, share the video. Stan makes all of these incredible houses from cardboard and paper mache, and we are right now inside his Witch's Cottage. Ooh, I love it. How fun is this? And you have an illuminated fireplace. How cool. And she's got all of her little concoctions and treats, and how fun is that? If you are a fan, there's a lot of our friends out here that are fans, and I know you're a big fan of holidays. What is your favorite holiday? Christmas.
Christmas. I drive the kids crazy at home. I used to at one time have 9 Christmas trees through the home.
Love it.
My biggest one's 14 foot tall. So
love it.
So yes, big Christmas buff. 25 years of collecting. So.
Love, love, love it. So which house? What is this? This looks like a New England.
This was the brick mansion.
Oh, the brick mansion. Yes. Okay. Again, all of these bricks. This is all made out of plaster and cardboard. And Stan makes all of these from inspiration.
Yes.
He makes about 20 houses a year.
You can see how thick the papier-mâché is right here. And then the papier-mâché actually literally turns hard. The house weighs quite a bit at the beginning, but after a month of drying, it's pretty much lightweight when it's done.
So cool.
And then behind you, there is a gnome's tree stump, which
gosh.
this sold earlier during the show.
So cool.
It's not lit up technically right now. Pop the back off for
A gnome's tree stump. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Lights up inside, the fireplace lights up.
And look at all the pictures of the gnomes. Is that his family?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, how fun is that? Your family member, Jenny P. Hall, is tuning in right now, and she said she's so proud of you.
Thank you.
Janet Jacobs said all the details on each house are amazing. They are amazing, everybody. All right, let's look at some more houses. So this one right here is wonderful.
Oh yeah, this was the other one that was an inspiration piece.
I mean, it's just, have you ever been contacted? You could. These could be movie set props.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love to learn how to do something, but I still doubt my self-confidence. I don't know if I could do good enough for like the movie set and think. I would love to do something like that.
Well, one of the things that I have noticed of all the most amazing and accomplished people I've ever met is when I say, do you still doubt yourself? They're like, oh my goodness. Every single day, all the time. And that's the mark of a great artist. You're humble, and your work is out of this world.
My next goal, I think, would be to reproduce somebody's house.
Yes.
I think that's what I would like to do for people. If they have a house that I could work with the bricks and the wood.
All right. If you're out there watching, everybody, and you would like Stan to reproduce your house, and you'd like to give it to somebody as a gift or have as a keepsake, he can do it.
So again, this was the Blue Chateau, and then on the inside of it here.
The Blue Chateau. I want to live here. Do you sometimes just want to step inside your houses and live in them?
Yeah.
Look at the chess set, everybody, and the little cat on the couch. You can learn so much about the world through doing this.
This is my brick cafe. And I think this is one of my next favorite pieces here. So some women's jewelry boxes that I found to make the light up signs.
That's a jewelry box? How cool.
Yes, I take trash and turn it into treasure.
It's a brick cafe. He just said he takes trash and turns it into treasure. This is so neat. They're having their grand opening. Their grand opening is today. And look at
my first
they
light
put
pole.
a little lost dog thing on the
Yes.
light pole. This is your first one? I love it. It's illuminated. The illuminated ones I just can't get enough of. They are so neat.
And the inside the little cafe.
Here's the cafe.
A little apartment above it.
Miniatures and dollhouses are just such a wonderful thing for people because if you've always wanted to live in New York and maybe you live in Colorado, you can still live in New York.
Yes.
Through your dollhouse.
Yes. Now, I think my next favorite actually is my church, and I was inspired by a little Christmas ornament that was on my tree. And on my blog site, it actually shows you the tiny little. It'll actually show.
We're live, so hang tight, everybody. That was a microphone. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was a little tiny Christmas ornament. And if you visit my blog site, you'll see the little ornament and what inspired to build this brick church. But I did not do pews inside. I made it like somebody had bought it and turned it into a house. So it is.
Look at that.
It is furnished more like a home than a church.
You created an entire house off of the inspiration was a Christmas ornament, a tiny one. Amazing. So this is a wonderful church. A lot of people live in churches.
Yes.
I just love the little colonial painting on the wall, all of the architecture. It's all so continuous. You must buy things and then save them for the perfect house.
I do. I save, and then I was running out of supplies, so some of my best stuff I've collected from the wonderful artist here at the Denver show, I've actually included into my house just to have, furnish each home this year.
Right, exactly.
So, and then I have the 3 more houses on the back side, an old general store Western.
This general store is so cool.
And that one's pretty much 90% cardboard with a little bit of papier-mâché.
It just goes to show what you can make if you have a little bit of cardboard and papier-mâché. Now, when I say you, I mean Stan Gregg. Wow. Now, this is just a wonderful, your yellow
just a
house.
Little yellow house, more like I'm not sure if it would be like a beach home or...
Wonderful vacation home. It almost looks like something you'd find out in Cape
Maine,
Cod.
yes.
Yes. So many people are commenting, Stan, wanting to know how to get a hold of you. What is your blog?
Yes, it's my blog is gregsminiatureimaginations.blogspot.com.
gregsminiatureimaginations.blogspot.com.
And I do have a business card.
Well, let's show it. Look at this.
I don't know if you can zoom in there.
Yeah, we certainly can. Okay, there it is, everybody. So there's Greg's information. Is there anything on the back?
No.
Okay. Oh, the room is now open.
And if you hit Pinterest, you can type up my name, Stan Gregg, Gregg, and usually it'll pull up my houses, and then it'll also relate you back to my website or my blog site to see everything I've created for that month or year.
Perfect. Now we have one more to look at before we sign off, which is this one right here. I love the little babbling brook. What is the name of this one?
This is the Water Wheel House.
The Water Wheel House. Stan, your body of work is so incredibly impressive. Our viewers it is such a treat to see this. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you later. Have a great
day.
show.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.